Welcome to Cereal at Midnight. My name is Heath and I am glad you're here. In this video, it might be a little embarrassing for me because back in the day, I was quite the autograph collector, and I have a binder full of autographs that I'm going to show you. I'll tell you how I got them. It all goes back to about 1999. I was in college. That totally dates me, right? But I was in college and I was taking a public speaking class, and this guy gave a speech about, you were just supposed to give a speech about something you were passionate about, something that you knew a lot about. And this guy talked about autograph collecting, and he did it through the mail. And back in the late 90s, you know, print is dead now, but back in the day, print was alive and well, and there were all these magazines with celebrity addresses in them. It was like, you know, autograph collector magazine, stuff like that. These might still be around. I haven't done this in, you know, coming up on 20 years, but back when I was doing this, I was super passionate about it. And you would send a self-addressed stamped envelope, like I don't remember the dimensions, like you take an envelope, you'd write your address on it, you'd stamp it, and then you'd fold that up and put it in a larger envelope. And the idea being, maybe with a piece of cardboard or something, and the idea being you would ask via a letter, hey, I love your work, and I was just wondering if I could get an autograph from you. And they would usually, you know, I had a pretty good hit rate. You would get an autograph back, like an 8x10 or whatever from the celebrity. Usually, and this was deep, you guys, it would be like a certificate, not certificates, but sites that would verify authenticity, what was like a stamp or what was printed on the autograph versus what seemed to be a real autograph. So you'd be like, well, this is not him, this is probably his publicist, because it doesn't look the same. This L doesn't have quite the same loop. Like, it was deep stuff, right? So I got into it, and I actually had some pretty good rates. So we got Joe Pesci here. I asked for Joe Pesci's autograph, and it says, God bless. No, I'm sorry. It says, God's good, Joe Pesci. So, who knew he was religious, right? But apparently he is. And then I got Mr. De Niro, Robert De Niro. I requested Al Pacino's, and his is actually, I believe it's personalized, yes, to Heath, Al Pacino. And you can kind of tell it's like a silver metallic pen. What's also worth pointing out is that now autographs are big business at conventions, but at the time that this was happening, that was not the case. Conventions were a thing, but they weren't nearly the level that they are now. And so some of these guys just didn't sign autographs, and if you wanted them, you had to submit for them via mail. I got Travolta. You have to remember, like, this was the time of like Face Off. What else was sure? Broken Arrow, like his John Woo phase. Like, I was really into that. And his says to Heath, John Travolta. It looks like a hand signature. Flip side, I got Michael Douglas's because I was a huge fan of the movie The Game. And his is actually, I don't know how well it's going to show up, but it's you can tell it's done with a blue ballpoint pen because it's actually grooved into the photograph. Now this is John Cleese's, and I do not think that is real. I think that is just printed onto the postcard or the photograph. But flip side, Nicolas Cage. Let's see, his is on the bottom of his sweater. That's real. That's a real autograph. Obviously, no certificate of authenticity. This can't be verified, so it's kind of just like on faith. I have two of them on this page, so I'm going to take one of them out to explain later. I submitted, this is what I got in the mail. This is Warwick Davis, obviously Willow. And that was really cool to get, but I actually had the opportunity a few years later to meet Mr. Davis in person, and I got this personalized autograph from him at Star Wars Weekends, which was very cool. And he was a really nice guy. I think that he has kind of blown up among the fan community because he's just a really good dude, and I think people recognize that about him. We're getting to the tail end now. I got Adrian Pauls, who was the TV Highlander. If you've been to cerealatmidnight.com, I've written a lot about Highlander. I love Highlander. But I was more of a TV fan than I was I love the movies, but the TV show really resonated with me. But don't feel left out, because I also have Christophe Lambert. I got his autograph as well, and his is not personalized. It just says best wishes, and then He's got like doctor handwriting, but you can tell these are like silver metallic pens that they signed the autograph with. Samuel L. Jackson's is real, but it is not personalized, but it is another one of those that's like grooved into the photo, so you can tell that he actually signed it, or someone did who knew what they were doing. Steve Buscemi, right? That's cool, and his is personalized as well. To Heath, Steve Buscemi. Harrison Ford's is not real. Where I can't even see it. That's this squiggly line. It is printed onto the photograph. And last but not least, also printed onto the photograph, Jeff Goldblum not signing autographs on this autograph tour. So that's who I have autographs for. But now I'll tell you the how, in case you're interested. See, this was pre-internet. I'm talking, well, not pre-internet. We had the internet in '99, but it wasn't what it is today, right? Like, you didn't spend all your time on the internet. It was a resource. So I have all this paper, my list of who I sent to. So I have like the autograph log, it says. And so I have the number of the people that I sent to, the date that I mailed it, and the date that I got something back. So for instance, I can tell you that Joe Pesci, I mailed it on March the 1st, 1999, and I got something back March the 9th, 1999. So just 8 days later. I'm sorry, this actually looks like maybe the 8th. So a week later. His came a week later. De Niro was pretty quick. Al Pacino was pretty quick. So here's the addresses that I had written down. These are probably long gone, but what these were is the addresses to like the publicists, like their PR people. And I assume, you know, according to these magazines, what would happen is you would you'd submit the request, and then they'd have like a stack of fan mail for these celebrities, and they would just take it in to the celebrity. They'd be like, "Hey, we have autograph requests. Can you sign this?" And they'd just be like, and then they'd send them back in the envelope. Or in the case of some of these, they probably just had a stack of photos that they'd already autographed that weren't personalized, and you just pick one off the top of the stack, stick it in the envelope. Because by sending a self-addressed stamped envelope, you're really taking most of the work out of the reply. You've given them. They don't have to worry about the shipping. Literally, it's sticking it in an envelope and putting it back into the outgoing department, right? So that was the idea. But I had, like, strangely, like, no women. Like, I don't know what was up with 1999 Heath, but, like, it looks like I submitted for Sandra Bullock and it just never came. Because I love Sandra Bullock. I still do. Ocean's 8, Sandra Bullock, still doing it, man. Keanu Reeves, Bruce Willis. Some of these I would not even ask for now. Like, Bruce Willis, I'd be like, that's okay. You hang on to it, buddy. But here's the embarrassing part, is there's a few letters in the back of this thing that I never mailed, that like I was going to mail and I just didn't get around to doing it. So let's see how I buttered up the celebrities for their autographs. This one's to Ray Park, Darth Maul from The Phantom Menace. Dear Mr. Park, I recently saw Star Wars The Phantom Menace and I was blown away. What is most appealing is the fight sequences featuring Darth Maul. You did such an excellent job. Those scenes are permanently etched into my mind. I haven't read these before now. I can't really picture any other actor doing such a great job as you did with the character. Despite the apparent demise of Darth Maul, hopefully he will be in future episodes. I'm a prophet, you guys. I am a prophet. Look at that. I know it's a lot to ask, but if you would send me an autographed picture of yourself, I would greatly treasure it. I've enclosed a self-addressed stamped envelope for your convenience. I wish you the best of luck in the future, and I hope to see more movie performances by you. Good luck to your future. Appreciatively, me. So that's what I would do. I would. You want to be nice because you're asking for something, right? Like, they don't have to do anything for you. You want to be nice. I have one for Ewan McGregor. I have one for Natalie Portman. Dear Miss Portman, I'm a tremendous fan of yours. You have now been in two of what I consider the greatest movies ever. First is The Professional, aka Leon. Few actresses of your age at the time could have pulled it off, but you did it beautifully. You have an on-screen chemistry and honesty that not too many possess. Second, The Phantom Menace. I grew up with Star Wars, so naturally it means a lot to me. Your performance in the film is excellent. Once again, and excellent is underlined. Once again, there was an honesty an endearing simplicity in the nature of the Queen of Naboo. Wow. You really did want the events of the film to work out for the good of the people of Naboo. It's true. I know it's a lot to ask, but if you would send me an autographed picture of yourself, I would greatly treasure it. I have enclosed a self-addressed stamped envelope for your convenience. I wish you the best of luck in the future, and I hope to see many more performances by you. Good luck for the future. Appreciatively, me. Okay, that reads a little creepy. Knowing what we know now all these years later, it feels a little weird coming from what was, I guess, a 20-year-old me. That seems a little weird, but okay, we got Liam Neeson. This is super embarrassing, you guys. Why am I doing this? How about Tom Cruise? And we'll end on Tom Cruise. Dear Mr. Cruise, I'm a tremendous fan of yours. I think you're one of the greatest actors of all time. You have been in many of the best movies in recent times. While I enjoy all of your work, I think that my favorite of all your performances is the one you delivered in Mission Impossible. I'm talking about the first one. You made that movie a smash hit with a wonderful, intelligent script and superb performances by yourself and your co-stars. It is one of the best movies ever. However, it is difficult to put any one performance over another because they are all outstanding. From Top Gun to Interview with the Vampire to Jerry Maguire, you've made the most memorable movies for the last 2 decades. Jeez, Heath. I know it's a lot to ask, but if you would please send me an autographed picture of yourself, I would greatly treasure it. I am just starting an autograph collection, and I would like yours to be among the first that I receive. I have enclosed a self-addressed stamped envelope for your convenience. Thank you for your time. Appreciatively, me. Wow. I feel dirty. I feel like a shill. And maybe that feeling is why I stopped doing this. I don't know. You know, it was fun at the time. It was fun while it lasted. But it's something that I just kind of forgot about. Put all these autographs in a binder, and I really haven't thought about it in years and years. But I don't know, that's really embarrassing. And you know, these days when I go to conventions and stuff, I do not stand in line for autographs. It doesn't mean a whole lot to me. I think it's just my age. It's my, you know, I've met celebrities. Sometimes they're what you want them to be, but a lot of times they're not. But I also have kind of come to a realization that they're just people like me, and there's not, I don't know, like I just don't want that from them. It'd be nicer if I had like an experience or an exchange where I could talk to them. Even meeting somebody at a convention, like I met Warwick Davis, Willow, and you know, Wicket from Star Wars Return of the Jedi, and I talked to him, and we talked about it. Like, he gave me time. We talked about Chronicles of Narnia, because he was in the old BBC production of The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, Prince Caspian. We talked about like some of his career stuff, and that was nice. So I have an experience. I have a memory attached to that autograph that I don't have from mailing these things. And I think that was really what was the nail in the coffin for that, is because there's not really a connection there other than just asking for something, which is fine if you're into that. Listen, no judgy, but that's wow, this is a blast in the past. Like I said, I hadn't looked at this stuff, and I certainly haven't read those letters in years. So I did that for you guys. And I'm sorry. Guys, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. But most importantly, if there's a community you're part of and you want to share it on Facebook or with your social, whoever you think would benefit from this video, just share it. Help spread the Serial at Midnight love. And I do love you, and I do appreciate it. So thank you for watching this video. Your time is very valuable, and I appreciate any of it that you spend here with me. So thank you so much, and I will catch you later.